YouTube, we are back with another video. This is going to be a little bit of a snowstorm vlog, just to kind of vlog, you know, what we do and what's going on. Right now, we're loading up the salt on this truck. This truck is all loaded up already, ready to go. You guys can see that blue salt, that blue treated salt. Stockpile it right over there. 25 tons or so, 25, 30 tons or so. Early morning, it's actually Christmas Eve, so gotta go bang out these properties, make sure everybody's taken care of, and yeah, we're just gonna document what we do and show you guys the process here, so stay tuned. All right, almost forgot to vlog. You know, I'm just in the zone, getting it done, scraping. So got about an inch to 2 inches on the ground. It's definitely plowable. It's scrapable. We got all the plows down. Just finished plowing this lot here, salting it. Pretty small lot, but you know, we're here making it happen. And basically what I do is basically salted this entire back area, and then as I wait for the guys to finish salting the walkways and shoveling the walkways, obviously, on my way out this way, I'll turn on the salter and salt on my way out. So looks like a pretty decent storm. Will probably be done in a couple hours, so nothing too crazy. These storms are the ones that really make you money because one, it's plowable, two, it's not a lot of snow, so you get through them faster, you know what I mean? So these storms are definitely great. Those foot to 2 feet of snow, those are always a killer, man, because you're just out there, you're plowing. If you have a unlimited contract, basically, it doesn't matter how much it snowed. But for those of you guys who are just starting out and you guys are doing like per push or like, you know, per snow event or whatever it is, these are really the gold mines of snow removal, because it's 2 inches on the ground, you're flying through the properties, you're done in 4 hours, and you'd make the same amount of money as this 2-inch storm as you would on maybe on an 8-inch storm, depending on what you charge or what your trigger is for you to start charging more per inch, right? But overall, pretty good storm, pretty good day so far. Gonna keep you guys updated. We have still at least like 10 properties to go, but we're gonna get it done, so stay tuned. All right, we're here at another lot and finishing up. It's not that cold out right now, so a lot of the snow is melting, especially because we pre-salted last night. But pretty much here at another lot. The reason my head is turning both ways a lot is because this is a residential area, and if you plow any residential areas, you know, man, people just are crazy. So just gotta make sure you're not gonna run anybody over, you know what I mean? But get you guys here an action shot. Get real close to the curb here. Try to clean up the curb as much as possible, so you don't have to, you know, come back and clean it. So push right into this corner here. Put it in reverse. Drive back a little bit. Pick up the plow and all the way back down to the end of the road. Same thing. Making sure we're not gonna run anybody over. You're not gonna hit any cars. The daytime is definitely easier. Definitely easier to plow because it's obviously daylight out, so you can see. However, nighttime plows, you know, when you're plowing in the night, it's so much peace. It's so much more peaceful. It's actually easier. There's nobody in your way. You know, there's no cars or anything moving like that. But you know, just cleaning this thing up here, and I gotta salt it and move on to the next one. So we're here at the next lot. This is actually a Jewish synagogue. But you guys can see we salted last night, so the salt helped a lot. Just touching up the walkways here. Going to go back in there right now and salt it again. You know, it's supposed to be cold tonight. Ground is wet. Don't want anything to freeze, so kind of just back up right in here. I could squeeze this truck in anywhere, you know. I've been doing this for like 30 years basically, so and I've actually been driving for a long time. I'm only 24, but I've been driving for at least 10 years, I think. Like I would plow like big commercial lots when I was younger with like my uncle or my dad. They would like put me in the truck to like learn how to plow, and that's basically how I got here. My plowing IQ is pretty high, I'd say. So we're here. I'm gonna just salt this thing now. Guys, real quick, just to show you guys something. For those of you guys who want to learn how to plow, I mean, obviously, you know, it takes time, but you always want to sweep in as close to the garage as you can, and then clean out as you go. So basically, you have your guys clean out as far as you can with the shovels out of the garage, and then you come down here this way and just clear it out as you go. It's probably the most efficient way of doing things. Like I said, I've been plowing for some time now, but you always want to make it as easy as possible for the individuals who are shoveling, and make it easy for the guys who are shoveling by hand, obviously. So takes a lot of planning, takes a lot of years of experience, but this is what we do. So all right, guys, I'm really not the best vlogger, so I honestly don't even know how much footage I got, but I got some in there. Hopefully next time I could bring, you know, Vinny with me or somebody or something. Maybe wear like a GoPro on my head, do some POVs, show you guys what it looks like behind the wheel. But like I said, hopefully I, you know, got some content there for you guys. It's Christmas Eve today, 3:30 p.m. Trying to wrap this up here, trying to get home to the family. I'm Spanish, so you know the party begins today. But we're here at one of these properties that we do here in Nyak, salting. This property over here is by the water, so it doesn't snow or it doesn't accumulate as much as other properties. But moving on to another one now. All right, so pretty much all wrapped up here on our end with all of our properties. We have actually one of my clients who just called me. She wanted us to come by and just salt her walkways and her driveway, because she's having guests over for Christmas Eve. So typically for like residential, anything like residential, like houses, we typically don't really put down any salt. Most customers or clients opt out of it. I think they just do it themselves. Sometimes it honestly doesn't even need it. What I've seen, right? Like, and the reason most people opt out of it is because when it comes to residential, salting residential, you know, driveways or walkways like that, it really drives the cost up, and it adds up quickly. So I feel like a lot of clients or a lot of people like to opt out of it for that reason, and they just do it themselves. It's no big deal. In fact, typically when we're doing anything residential and they don't want salt, it's even better for us because we just come in, we plow, we shovel the walkways and everything like that, and we move on. So and especially with driveways or anything residential, the liability isn't as huge. These are all clients that they're not trying to get one over on you, and obviously in our contract it states that we they have to release us from liability since we're not salting any of the paved surfaces. So pretty cool though, pretty interesting concept. Residential, no salt; commercial, lots of salt. So but yeah, typically when customers ask, hey, we want some salt or whatever, it's no big deal. We'll come by, we'll get it done. So now that we're all wrapped up, I'm actually gonna have my brother go salt her driveway, salt her walkway. I'm actually heading up 25 minutes up to Sloatsburg. It's actually a big lot. It's like a 7-acre lot, but I'm not plowing that much. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's a long road and then like a little bit of a parking lot. It sucks because it's all gravel, so it's like super annoying to plow. There's like ditches and stuff everywhere. However, the reason I'm doing it and the reason I do it is because my landlord of where I park my trucks at, which is basically my yard, he also owns this lot, which is, I don't know, 15 times bigger. So he asked me to, every time it snows, to come and plow and salt the road and the big lot, of course, right? Because it's actually pretty interesting. He's sitting on like, I don't know, I think it's like 100 acres. It's something crazy like that. And he's like filling it. He has a permit to fill. So like a lot of trucks go there in and out to dump fill. And I remember last year there was like trucks and tractor trailers getting stuck. And I mean, it wasn't our fault. That was actually the first time we plowed it because his old guy didn't show up, so he just had us start doing it from then on forward. And then people are just crazy. Like, dude, there's 8 inches of snow on the ground, 10 inches, even a foot. Like, stay the hell home. Like, I don't understand why everyone feels the need to go out when it snows. But I mean, hey, whatever. It's not my life. I'm in a 350 4x4 with a plow and a salter on it, so I can go wherever I want. But if you got a front wheel drive car or a little sedan or anything like that, stay the hell home. Like, there's no need for you to be outside. But heading down the highway here. This is 287. I think this route is called. I'm all the way up in Suffern, New York right now, heading up to Sloatsburg, New York, like I said. For those of you who are watching, I'm basically about an hour, 45 minutes if I'm in a fast car, maybe 35 minutes from the city. So not far at all. I actually go to the city very often. I go there every week, every Friday I go to the spa, and then I have dinner there somewhere in the city, whether it's Code, Catch, or anything, or whatever, one of those places. Really, really good, really, really good. But yeah, guys, so basically a little bit of what happened today, which is why you have to be ready for times like this. I actually had one of my trucks, the plow started to act up and give us an issue. The same truck, if you go ahead and watch my previous video where I get the new truck, in the first part of the video I'm talking about my older F350. It's a 2011, and it's just been giving us an insane amount of problems, and we're kind of just like, we're okay with it, we know it, and we're just kind of letting it ride until the wheels fall off. But it's kind of annoying when it breaks down in situations like this. The plow started to act up. It wasn't going up and down. I don't know what's wrong with it, honestly. My brother was driving that truck, so basically I had to pick up the slack there. I finished my route, and then I pretty much worked my way from the bottom of the list up on his route and got it all done. Banged it all out. My dad went ahead and took a look at the plow. He fixed it. I think he said it's like some sort of spring, something in the motor. Honestly, I have no clue. Don't hate me, guys. There's a lot of guys out there who want to act like they know it all and hate on me because I don't know whatever. Like, I'm a business guy. I don't know. The plow stopped working. Now the plow works. So we're back in business. That's the way I look at it. But picked up the slack, but got it done anyways. Primarily me in this truck, I typically do all of the, commercial lots that need to be done. And then that specific truck does residential lots. And with residential, typically, like, you could just tell the homeowners, hey, like, we're running behind, we're running late. And it's usually never really like a big deal or anything like that. So just be honest, let them know, like, hey, we're a little behind. But the reason we do that is because we really prioritize commercial. Like, anything that's like part of our commercial lot or in our commercial route, like, that's like number one priority. Like, it's not that I don't care about residential. Like, I know a lot of people say you treat all your customers equally, but at the end of the day, like, one contract is bigger than the other, and these are one of them. Most of all of our commercial accounts are all contract. They're all one flat rate for the entire season. You know what I mean? As opposed to our residential, some of them, if not most of them, are per push. So I don't know. I definitely 100% always prioritize our commercial, and I'm gonna continue doing so. But regardless, things still get done. It's 4 p.m. now. All the properties are done. We started at like 8 this morning, so literally an 8-hour shift. So something light, something calm. But like I said, these are the storms that really make you some money, because you're in and out of properties like quick, very quick. So looking forward to an interesting season here, though. Over the last few years, it's funny. Last year, even the year before that, we've barely gotten any snow. I mean, talking about maybe like 2 to 3 plowable storms in January and February. I mean, we're already on our 4th storm here in December. So I don't know. The saying around here was, it doesn't even snow that much, like, no big deal. But I think that has changed. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens next year, because I'm sure a lot of guys who are doing commercial work like me, they've gotten comfortable over the past few years where it hasn't snowed much. So they'll kind of quote their properties based off it not really snowing much. And now that, we're 4 storms into December already, and December's not even over. I mean, we got a week left, but still, you know what I mean? It might snow next week. So I think some guys are definitely like reconsidering that, and it's just going to open some doors, because I know a lot of guys are just going to price themselves out next year, and we're going to be right there scooping up those new contracts. And the reason I'm not worried about pricing myself out is, one, because I just know my numbers. I recover my overhead a lot through our regular season. So sorry about the noise there if it threw off the audio, but I recover my overhead a lot throughout the season. So really, snow, I like to look at as just straight profit. On top of that, I am paying myself a salary, right? But on top of that, I'm driving a truck, so there is no labor necessarily there to pay out, right? Like, I'm already paying myself and I'm just getting it done. So next year is going to be interesting. Something that I do in my contracts though is I like to do an accumulation budget. So like, this will save you from things like this. Basically, like, I typically will do anywhere of like 36 inches to 50 inches of accumulation. And all that means is, like, if by the time January comes and we've already had a total of 36 inches of snow hit the ground at, you know, different points, yeah, like, you know, that's basically where that contract ends, and then it would restart. And I think it's fair, right? If you give them a fair price for the 36 inches, and then, like, if it's really snowing a lot, if people are fair and honest people, they'll understand. Like, man, like, it's been snowing a lot. You know, it's been, you know, 36 inches of accumulation at this point, 50 inches, whatever it is that you decide to do. And then you tell them, like, hey, like, you know, we have to go for another 36 inches and whatever, you renegotiate that deal. And that's basically the way I do it, and it's basically how it works for me. But super interesting, super interesting day. I'm out here on Christmas Eve. We're gonna have a white Christmas next year. It's gonna be snow on the ground. We're gonna have a white Christmas tomorrow. It's gonna be snow on the ground, so that's gonna be nice to see. Haven't been able to see that probably since I was a kid. So just gonna wrap up this lot over here just gonna wrap up this lot over here that I'm currently driving to, and then head home, change, get ready for Christmas Eve, spend some time with the family. You know, family's very important. And I think that's it, guys. Gotta go unload the salter, because can't be letting that thing freezing here, you know what I'm saying? So all right, so that is it for this storm. I'm here where I was this morning, where I was loading up my salt. As you guys can see here, this is pretty much where I keep my bulk treated salt, and then I'm here to unload my salter, right? Because it is not a good idea to leave it in your salter, especially because we're not going to be working obviously tomorrow because it's Christmas. It could freeze, and there's just no point in leaving it in there. So 5 p.m. now, by myself, gonna unload this thing. All I gotta do is turn it on. Basically, the way you do it here is you keep the spread pattern, which is the width of the spread, on low, and then you keep the flow rate, the material flow rate, pretty much you know, I'd say 69, 70% to 10%. The reason I don't max it out is because I don't want the machine to overheat for any reason. So there it goes. It's just doing its thing. It's gonna unload it, and that's basically it. So looks like I could probably lower the spread pattern just a little bit, maybe 10%. That's the lowest it'll go. So that's it. Got my handy dandy pole here. Gonna get up here on the truck and help push out the salt that needs to be pushed out. So let's see. Some of this salt is frozen because we've had some really cold weather. So this is it. This is the name of the game right here. So that's it. Pretty much just open the top of the salter. You put it on, you put the material to come out, put the spread width as low as possible, and then you just kind of help this thing. The reason I gotta help it today is because it's been pretty freezing these last few days. 10 degrees, 12 degrees, so salt has kind of frozen a little bit. So gonna take this thing out, unload it, and go home. Get ready for Christmas here. So just open up the grate, and then that'll be it for the night. So guys, I hope this was valuable, and if you guys have any questions about snow removal, I'm always happy to answer. If you have any questions, if you want to get into the game, any tips, any tricks, anything like that, how to land commercial contracts, hit me up, shoot me a DM, follow me on Instagram. All right, so as you guys just saw, just unloaded my salter. So basically 5 p.m. Finally time to head home. Pretty rewarding day. It was not a bad day at all. So this is it. This is the end of the video. I hope any of you guys, I hope you guys got some value out of it. If you guys have any questions about snow removal, literally about anything, about plows, about what salters, what kind of salt, regular salt versus treated salt, calcium, I mean, even how to get residential contracts, how to get commercial contracts, even contracts in general, hit me up, drop a comment, follow me on Instagram. If you DM me, I answer every single DM, so shoot me a DM on Instagram. My username will be in the bio. But besides that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.